Welcome to HealthTech Talk. This is where business, healthcare, and technology collide. Our host, Ben Chodor, interviews healthcare innovators and industry titans who are striving to make the world healthier with bleeding-edge human ingenuity. You'll hear it all on HealthTech Talk. Now, here's your host, Ben Chodor.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to HealthTech Talk, broadcasting live from 640 WGST in the iHeartRadio studios and broadcasting worldwide on the iHeartRadio network. Today's a really special day for me for a couple reasons. One is I'm having an incredible week, and two, I have two amazing guests on. But my first guest is really special to me because I've been using their product for the last 30 days. And it sort of rejuvenated me. I'm a big workout. I go to the gym every single morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm religious 6 days to 7 days a week. It's my time to have my own time. But at my age, I'm starting to get a little sore every day after a hard workout. And his product has sort of rejuvenated me and remotivated me. And we'll get into that. So this is my little tease. But let me introduce you to Dr. Robert Hariri. He is the chairman of MYO-X Corporation. He is a surgeon, a biomedical scientist, successful serial entrepreneur in two technology sectors, biomedicine and aerospace. I don't understand how those go together, but we're going to find that out during today. And he's done amazing things in his career. So it is an honor, sir, to have you on the show. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, and I can't thank you enough for having me. And I love the way you open with your own personal schedule and experiences. It's
great. And then, I didn't notice. I take it once a day and in the morning, and it sort of lasts me all day. And then sometimes I do cheat. Sometimes around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll take another dose of the product, sometimes just to help curve me through the day. But before we get into that, I want the audience to know, besides you being a successful entrepreneur and a surgeon, you have over 90 issued patents and pending patents, which is amazing. Over 100 published chapters, articles, and abstracts. You've done amazing stuff, and you are also the recipient of the Thomas Alva Edison Award in 2007 and repeat winner in 2011. Before I get into that, you also are a jet-rated commercial pilot, which I think is pretty cool. So now I know how aerospace gets involved into your ventures as well. My first question is, with all going on, you're a man of science. How did you start MYO-X? How did you get involved in MYO-X? And can you let my audience know a little bit, what is MYO-X all about, and what is phototropin? Am I saying it right?
Yes, you're saying it right, phototropin.
Perfect.
Well, listen, let me give you a little bit of background. So, as you mentioned, I've spent my entire professional career in medicine focused in areas related to severe, life-threatening diseases, from traumatic injury to cancer. And I have really been very focused on finding novel, innovative solutions to problems that really plague all of us. Over the last 15 to 20 years, I've been very fortunate to have been part of building the world's largest regenerative medicine company. I've been involved in building the world's largest genomics company. And I've recognized that there are some fundamental things which often go unnoticed, yet have a dramatic impact in our quality of life. Yet there are some really amazing solutions that can be applied that will literally change the quality of our life, our ability to combat and face a challenge like a chronic illness, whether it be an autoimmune disease or cancer. And these things all center around an organ system in our body that we often overlook, except perhaps when we're at the gym or go to the beach, and that's our muscle tissue. And what I've learned is that muscle is one of those master regulatory tissues in the body that literally impact everything we do. Not simply because it's our force-generating system, it's how we have mobility, it's how we can move around, etc. It is also responsible for controlling many of our metabolic functions, as well as making us look healthy and vibrant. So that's the basis for why this corporation, MYOS, was started. It was a remarkable opportunity that was very meaningful in medicine. But we're very fortunate at MYOS to have created a really novel, all-natural solution to a chronic condition that faces all of us, which is muscle loss.
So let me ask you a question. So on the outside, it looks like it's a nutrition company, but you're really a pharma company. Even though I could go to my GNC and I could buy the product, which I highly recommend people do as somebody uses it, and I'm not paid to say that. But you really are, the uses of this product is a lot more than just someone who wants to be a bodybuilder.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because the fact is MYOS Corporation is a true bionutrition and biotherapeutics business. And what's interesting is that often we ignore the fact that every day we literally put medicines in our body in the form of the food we eat. You know, Hippocrates said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, which fundamentally means that you are impacting your health every day by what you take in as part of your daily dietary regimen. Now, if you can control and modify that to deliver products that really help drive biological processes, help you build protein, help you build muscle, you are going to benefit and gain tremendous dividends from just your daily dietary intake. And so MYOS was fortunate in its pursuit of true therapeutics. It stumbled upon an all-natural, safe and effective way to regulate a protein in the body that is there but actually defeats our ability to build and retain lean muscle mass. Now, this regulatory system is there to maintain a balance between the size and strength of our muscles and the integrity of our skeletal system. But as we age, it actually works against us and prevents us from retaining the muscle mass we need to live full, active, healthy lives. Now, as I said before, muscle is vitally important, not just to looking good and moving around. Muscle is the principal organ system that helps us maintain and control our blood glucose in our bloodstream. It is vitally important at releasing its own chemicals that control inflammation and help drive processes that even affect our brain. So at the end of the day, one of the most actionable things people can think about when they want to maintain a high quality of health is to maintain healthy, lean muscle mass.
Well, that's the key. And so I think, again, one of the cool parts about it is it's a great product to use if you're trying to become a bodybuilder. But I think anyone who's over any certain age, any senior citizens, people in their 50s, people in their 60s, it's the ideal product because, as you say, we sort of lose this body mass, this muscle mass, and this helps rejuvenate it and hopefully make you feel better.
So, you know, I would consider myself a regenerative medicine expert, and the fact is that MYOS identified a product that in its own natural form was a myo-regenerative activator of building and retaining muscle mass. And so, inevitably, as we age, there is a condition called sarcopenia, where our muscle tissue begins to decay. You can think of it sort of like osteoporosis of muscle. Everybody knows what osteoporosis is. And that decaying process leads to, over the course of 20 or 30 years, to an individual losing as much as half of their lean muscle mass.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you right there, and we're going to come back because I have to cut to a commercial. I want to thank everyone at 1-800 Public Relations for all their production and PR and media support, and to Stream VPG for their studio, and to John, Jeremy, and Scott for all their support. We will be back after these words from our sponsors.
I'm a state-of-the-art 60-inch flat-screen TV, and I mean, not to brag or anything, but if a burglar ever breaks into this place, I'm pretty certain I'm the first thing he's going to steal. I mean, it's not like he's going to take that recliner over there, or that coffee table.
Your stuff can't protect itself. That's why the Geico Insurance Agency helps make it easy to switch and save on renter's insurance. Renter's insurance will cover personal property loss or damage as well as provide liability protection. Visit geico.com today.
Tune in Sundays at 9 a.m. for the Call Cleve Atlanta Real Estate Show with host Cleve Gaddis. Learn what's going on in the Atlanta real estate market. What's going on with home values? What are the best school systems? Find out the answers to everything real estate on Sundays at 9 a.m. on WGST.
Hello all, I'm David Nicholas, host of Protecting Your Retirement right here on 640 AM WGST. We've got a new show time starting Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on 640 AM WGST. We hope to see you then.
Visit the Favorite Your Way to meet the Foo Fighters sweepstakes at iHeartRadio.com/Foo Fighters Radio to participate in the sweepstakes. One lucky listener will randomly be selected to win a trip for two to Los Angeles, California to see the Foo Fighters at the iHeartRadio Theater on March 17th, 2015. For your chance to win, download the iHeartRadio app or log onto your iHeartRadio account to listen and favorite the Foo Fighters radio station. Or enter for free at iHeartRadio.com/Foo Fighters Radio to receive one entry. Message and data rates may apply. All entries must be received by 4 p.m. Eastern Time on March 13th, 2015. Limit one entry allowed per person per day. Approximate retail value of each grand prize is $2,581.64. Prize values vary depending upon departure location and time of travel. Contest open to legal residents of the United States or District of Columbia who are 18 years of age and older at the time of entry. All winners will be subject to verification. Void where prohibited or restricted by law. Prize provided by Live Nation Entertainment and iHeartMedia. Prize includes airfare and hotel. No purchase necessary. A purchase will not increase your odds of winning. The odds of winning depend upon the number of qualified entries received. For official rules, which govern and complete details, visit iHeartRadio.com/Foo Fighters Radio. Employees and immediate family members of iHeartMedia not eligible to participate.
This is a special notice to consumers who owe back taxes to the IRS. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. In some cases, this may even result in back taxes being reduced. An open phone line has been established by National Tax Relief for consumers to call and see if they qualify. To ensure your financial stability during this decline in the economy, take down this number, 800-832-9615. That's 800-832-9615. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and can't afford to pay them back, there's no need to fear anymore. You may qualify for a program that could settle your delinquent tax problems and in some cases save you money. For your free information and to see if you qualify, call National Tax Relief at 800-832-9615. That's 800-832-9615. 800-832-9615.
Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Health Tech Talk, broadcasting from iHeart Radio Studios, 640 WGST, and streaming worldwide on the iHeart Radio Network. With me is the CEO of MYOS. Doc, we were just talking before we took the break about osteoporosis and, naturally when you're growing older, what happens to your body. Can we continue from there for my audience?
Absolutely. So the bottom line is we all know that as we age, all of our organs and tissues that function perfectly when we're young start to kind of miss a beat. They start to function slightly abnormally. Our skin, for example, isn't as elastic. It doesn't heal as fast. All that is happening in every tissue of our body. It's actually the basis for a lot of the work I do in the area of regenerative medicine. But what we recognize with muscle tissue is that muscle can start to degenerate in a very slow, insidious way, 1% to 2% loss in quality and quantity annually from about the age of 25. That condition called sarcopenia, I want everybody who's listening to remember that word, because sarcopenia is going to become the target of interest for you as you work to maintain a healthy lifestyle as you age. Sarcopenia is a process by which muscle tissue degenerates and isn't replaced with normal healthy tissue. In some cases, it's replaced with fibrous tissue. In some cases, it's replaced with adipose tissue. Either way, that loss in quality and quantity of muscle tissue has significant physical consequences, including the obvious. Your body habitus, your body composition changes, your metabolism changes, you can't burn sugars and carbohydrates as efficiently, you're not as mobile. All of these things are the hallmarks of unhealthy aging. Now, at MYOS Corporation, the scientists began to explore why this occurs, and identified a very important regulatory system that's responsible for controlling that preservation of healthy muscle mass. That system, called myostatin, actually is interrupted by MYOS's product, Fortitropin. And what that does is it unleashes the body's natural ability to build healthy, lean muscle mass. And in a clinical trial, a double-blinded, placebo-controlled trial, MYOS demonstrated that Fortitropin not only built lean muscle mass, but at double the normal dose or triple the normal dose, we even saw a reduction in body fat mass, as well as a statistically significant increase in muscle size. All of these things were accompanied by increases in strength and power. So the bottom line is, with a completely safe and natural product, we can unlock the body's natural ability to build and retain that muscle mass. That's vitally important to healthy aging.
So let me ask you a question. Besides healthy aging, and I know, I think I read a fact that you've done like over 5 or 6 or 7 million doses of the product without any adverse effects. Is that true?
That's right. So MYOS Corporation has had this product in commerce now for about 2 years with millions of doses deployed without a single adverse event reported related to the product, and more importantly, tremendous consumer response and traction where we are extremely confident of its biological effects. We're extremely confident of consumers liking the product, and more importantly, it establishes a foundation upon which it goes from sports nutrition into the regimens associated with treating chronic illnesses. Because just as I mentioned earlier, maintaining healthy muscle mass should be the objective of everybody, whether they're a bodybuilder, whether they're an athlete, whether they want to look good on the beach, or whether they want to get the best results from any treatment they're going through. For example, if they're fighting cancer and are going through chemotherapy, if they're fighting a neurodegenerative disease, and want to maintain.
So like HIV?
Anything. Any disease. We know one thing. Any chronic illness erodes the body. Right. And the hallmark of that erosion of the body is a loss in lean muscle mass. And the consequences of that loss of lean muscle mass is a process called wasting or cachexia. Cachexia and sarcopenia are sibling conditions where your body literally is decaying away. Anything you can do to preserve it makes you a more effective patient and capable of getting the best results from any of your treatments.
That's amazing. So just remind my audience first, where can they find the product? And then also I want to get into, I know you're launching a brand new product very, very soon. And again, what's the IP in the product? So for our audience who's just tuning in, why is this so important? What's the product? And what's coming down the pike really soon?
So MYOS Corporation is an emerging bionutrition and biotherapeutics company wholly focused on healthy muscle tissue. We've discussed all of the benefits and consequences of having healthy muscle tissue, and MYOS is functioning like a developing biotechnology business where first and foremost we create the proprietary manufacturing and other technologies covered by patents and pending patents, and all of that serves as a scientific foundation upon which MYOS is also exploring creating traditional pharmaceuticals, things like prescription drugs in the future. So what's unique about the MYOS business is that unlike an early stage or emerging company, which may take a decade to deliver a product to commerce, MYOS literally had a product in commerce from the day it opened its doors and is using that platform to not only deliver meaningful products that can be used today, that are solutions to clinical problems that big pharma is already investing in developing their own approaches, but will take years to bring to market. MYOS is already delivering products in that space while simultaneously developing its small molecules, biologics, and other agents as therapeutics. So it's a very unique business, and as somebody who's been fortunate, and I've been part of building some multi-billion-dollar businesses in biomedicine, I'm very enthusiastic that MYOS is a new paradigm in emerging biotherapeutics companies.
Doctor, your passion is infectious. I just want to remind our audience that we're talking to the CEO of MYOS. MYOS is a publicly traded company on NASDAQ. You can look it up at MYOS, and you should check out the website, www.MYOScorp.com. All right, so now let's jump back into it. All right, we gave a little tease that you're coming out with a new product. What is the new name of the product, and what's significant about the name of the product, and when is this audience going to be able to get the product?
Well, one thing we recognized at MYOS Corporation, the scientists and the leadership team recognized that MYOS is functioning to provide products that help restore, renew, rebuild, regenerate, and provide results to our patients. And so the new product line called Muscle Health is an exciting, branded, proprietary line of products that include nutritional bars, that include ready-to-drink beverages, and other forms that are not only delicious and nutritious and combine the active ingredient fortitropin with protein and other ingredients, but they're also easy to use, the kinds of things that can be applied to any dietary regimen, whether you're on the run traveling, whether you want to bring something to the office, whether you want to, whether you're somebody in a hospital who's undergoing treatment. The product line fits all of those conditions and is suitable for all of those consumers.
And Doc, I want to go back over one thing, just in case the audience didn't hear it. The product's 100% natural, right?
100% natural. Derived from perhaps nature's most perfect natural food source. It is a proteolipid complex of over 300 proteins and lipids that are there naturally to help drive the regenerative processes that keep us healthy.
All right, so give me like 3 or 4 milestones that happened in 2014.
So MYOS Corporation, again, a young, emerging business, spent 2014 testing the marketplace to see how this product performed when deployed in the sports nutrition and bodybuilding market. And MYOS experienced 7 quarters of tremendous growth and traction in that space, which helped validate how popular and how important the product could be. It then invested in clinical research and basic science research to understand how this behaved in a clinical trial setting, as well as how the product worked, what its mechanism of action was. So 2014 was a very important foundational year for the business, where it not only identified how the product worked, but clearly demonstrated that it worked in a clinical program, in a clinical trial, and then made its decision to launch the product in its own proprietary brand, the Muscle Health brand, which we believe is going to revolutionize the dietary supplement and medical food and nutritional world, because it's going to be the first product that provides nutritional supplementation along with a clinically proven muscle-building product. So we think that it's going to be an extremely popular product that is going to provide meaningful results for everybody, from the athlete bodybuilder to the patient who's fighting a neurodegenerative disease and wants to maintain high-quality muscle so they get the best out of their therapy.
And when's the product coming into market?
It'll be launched right in the middle of March. Okay. There'll be a campaign. You'll be able to find this on our website at myoscorp.com, and you can also go to sarcopeniacures.com. And both of these websites will provide links for consumers, and we expect to have the product out in commerce in various retailers in 2015 and 2016.
All right, I got like 15 seconds left with you, and I just want to ask one question. What does Justin Bieber and the world's strongest man have in common?
They use the product, and they have gotten tremendous results, and they've been vocal about it. So we're thrilled that people who use it like it and want to tell others about it.
All right. Thank you so much. This was an incredible segment. I got to cut to commercial. I want to thank everyone at 100 Public Relations for all their media support, and to Stream VPG, Scott, John, Jeremy for all their help putting the show together. And we'll be back right after these words from our sponsors.
Atlanta's compelling talk. Talk Radio 640 WGST is available anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. Download it now at WGST.com.